You gonna lead us off? Let me get a beer real quick.
Hey everybody, welcome to Just Us League, and damn it, Seth.
If I didn't put it in my mouth, I was going to do the same thing.
Hey everybody, welcome to Just Us Podcast, where it's got me, Hokey Joker, Bat Drew, and of course, Green Lantern. How's it going tonight?
It is going very green.
Very green. So, what are we talking about tonight?
Wakanda. Wakanda.
Wakanda. I think Drew Birch is frozen.
Did he freeze? Like an antelope in headlights.
Is he frozen? God damn it.
I never freeze.
You know, you're looking at the cast and you see Michael B. Jordan's in that, but so how's that coming back? Is it a flashback? We don't really know. Still early with the trailer that just released. So there's a lot of questions, a lot of teasing to it. Who's the new Black Panther? What's causing this war between Namor? And, you know, what's some of your first reactions on the trailer, guys?
I thought it looked very cool. The first trailer when it came out almost made me cry. So I'm glad this one had at least a little bit more action in it. Still had that kind of somber beginning to it, but not as sad as the first one. Obviously, T'Challa passes away in this movie, so hopefully they do it tastefully.
Not really going to be flashbacks. I think they're going to go to the ancestral plane again, and they're probably going to see him there. I just don't know how they're going to get there. I guess maybe when, my opinion, I think Shuri's going to be one of the new Black Panthers, if not the definitive Black Panther for the movie. I think it's going to be multiple ones. And maybe if they create an artificial heart-shaped herb and she goes to the ancestral plane through that, I think that's how we'll see for longer, probably.
I think the most important part of this is going to be, and they look like they're doing it good so far, is how they handle Chadwick Boseman's death or T'Challa's death, because it's not going to be, I'm not sure what his cause of death will be at in this movie, because you don't want him to be taken down by some plane. You don't want him to be taken down by Namor in the first 5 minutes. It's got to be something that's heroic and not losing to someone, like giving himself to something bigger. Because the last time we would have seen him would have been in Endgame. So I think that's going to be. It looks like they're handling the funeral scene really well, and I think that's got to be the biggest part of this movie.
You think it's going to open with that?
It's got to open with that. I mean, I feel like it would feel somewhat disrespectful. I feel like to have him in there at the beginning. Like, because he was losing his health towards the end of that, towards the end of his life with that. But I think it's important that I have a feeling they're going to start off with the funeral scene, and they might gloss over what killed him, or what ended his life. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. But it looks like so far they're doing it pretty well as far as paying tribute to, T'Challa / Chadwick Boseman. I think it might be Nakia, it might be Shuri. Who knows? There could be multiple Black Panthers. They could be two of them because. As in the first one, two people could wear the Black Panther with two different designs.
Yeah, my opinion is it's going to be three. Nakia 1, Shuri 1, and I think M'Baku 1.
Yeah, I was going to say M'Baku, he had a prominent role in the trailer. So, I mean, I'd be cool if he stepped up. He'd be a beast as Black Panther. Or some other entity, I don't know.
Let's move on let's look at Namor. Like, what did you guys think? Because Namor is probably one of the first Marvel comic book characters, and he's the most recent addition. What did you guys think of his design? How does that look for you guys?
I think Jason Momoa is going to do a great job. Yeah. Wait, Aquaman?
Yeah, Aquaman.
No, this guy's from Atlantis.
Oh, okay, Atlantis. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know much about Namor other than, like you said, chronologically, he is one of the first Marvel comic characters. I know he's got aqua powers and he lives underwater, but other than that, I'm not sure. I mean, do you guys know, is he similar to Aquaman as far as his powers and what he does?
Kind of, sort of. Not sure so much about the talking to the fish and whatnot, but one cool thing about Namor, and they got this right from the comics, that he has wings on his ankles, and he can actually fly with those. So that was pretty cool.
I can't
When
remember
I
in the
first saw it,
trailer. Does he have the speedo?
Yeah, and
I
other
think he's
stuff.
in it, but he's more garbed together. Also, his headpiece does look like a dragon skull, so that could be some connection to Shang-Chi or something.
Well, when I was looking at the design, they referred to him as like the feathered snake king or something like that. But just looking at him, he's got a very like Aztec design to him, like the headdress, the feathers. It feels like it comes from Aztec or something like that culture. And he's got the spear, the looks of that sort of era to me. But he does look intimidating in my facet. But I'm just curious to what is bringing that aggression from Atlantis to the world of Wakanda.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that how that story unfolds. I'm also interested to see, like, again, chronologically how this movie takes place. Like, is it in present day, like after some of the other TV shows? Like, is it? I mean, She-Hulk's on right now. Is it in the same timeline as She-Hulk, or is this like before? Is this after? Um, I'd be curious to see how far after Endgame and then like Shang-Chi and some of the other movies this takes place.
I definitely feel like this is going to be after Endgame, but I don't know how far. Like you said, where all the TV shows fit in, where all these movies, what time and place do they take place in? And I almost completely forgot too when I was watching the trailer that pretty sure I think we saw Ironheart in this, right?
Yeah, that was another big reveal. Was Ironheart, and where is she located? Because they didn't really give a definitive accent, and she's just like, "Woo, yeah, that could be from anywhere in the world." I mean, there didn't sound like any sort of accent to come from Wakanda, America, Europe, wherever. I'm not familiar with Ironheart in the comics, but that's just me and how that will intertwine.
Riri Williams. I feel like somehow maybe she's part of Wakanda and she's friends with Shuri or something. But I did see, and I think,
no,
go on.
Well, because remember at the end of Black Panther when they're like, we want to build all these universities. There you go, student at the university.
Could be, yeah.
I think that's the most obvious answer, but probably not. But
I hope that they throw some good not spoilers, some good Easter eggs in there that the trailer has not spoiled, because the trailer did show a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, one thing I forgot to say about Namor's design, he reminds me of Kotal Khan from the more recent Mortal Kombat stuff, video games. And some of his henchmen have a blue hue to him. He looks like somebody from Mortal Kombat. Don't know how much that design is derived, but just adding that on there. I did think it was interesting with the theme that they keep cutting back to the throne room being flooded, and then in some scenes there's fire. So there's going to be it feels like there's going to be an elemental shift between fire versus water. I think that's going to like go down to the more basic roots of thematic elements of this versus that. It's not just good versus evil, it's water versus fire. I think that might come up with a theme in the movie.
Yeah, and I don't think that Namor's character is necessarily like a villain. I think it's more just two differentiating viewpoints colliding with each other. Again, not really sure how he ties in with Wakanda and Black Panther and those events, but it'll be interesting to see. And hopefully they'll show his viewpoint and, I mean, add a dynamic to where maybe we see his side as well. I mean, because obviously everybody's rooting for Black Panther. It's a Black Panther movie, but maybe we understand Namor and his side too.
Because I think the movie is actually going to open up, probably not with really a backstory, but how he was born and like a little flashback some stuff about how he came to be Namor. And then, because Ryan Coogler did an excellent job of the first Black Panther movie, I was like, am I siding with Killmonger really? Yeah, because he made his argument. So like, man, this really does make sense. So I really feel like you can get it with Namor as well. And I'm pretty excited to see where that's going to go too.
I was gonna say I felt the same way about Killmonger. I definitely sympathize with him.
Question though, when it comes to Namor and his backstory, wouldn't they be called splashbacks?
it definitely will not be called flashbacks. If I'm going to there and not see them say splashback, I'm going to stop watching this movie.
And
Okay, anything else stick out to you guys about the trailer? Because I touched on the themes, the designs, who I thought was going to be the Panther. Oh, I think heart-shaped herb was something brought up. Is it going to be more technology-based, burned, or were they snapped back into existence as a living being with the re-snapping? Heart-shaped herb, like what they gave him to give him the Black Panther powers.
oh,
Like, could they be snapped back into existence or something because they could have some living essence of the afterlife afterwards? Put it in because they had it, drifted into the ethereal plane.
yeah,
I
it's
don't know if
definitely
they
some kind of
actually. I don't know if
mystical.
they actually could.
Now
Okay.
watch
I don't know
yourself.
if they actually could bring something back that was gone before the snap. Like, if all the heart-shaped herbs are already gone, I don't know if they can use back with just no snap. Because I think almost all of them were burnt in that fire. Maybe like Shuri's gonna artificially make them.
Yeah, I think it would be more symbolic too if maybe there is one left, like maybe Shuri saved one, or T'Challa's mom saved one, or there's. I mean, I think it would mean more that there's only one left than if more survived, or she's able to artificially create one. That's just my opinion.
But do you think that would undercut the message from the previous movie when Killmonger said burn them all, but they rescued that one? Could they have taken a seed from it or something and replanted it to sort of regrow that? Because I think that might be another scene that they should probably put in there instead of just being like, hey, you remember how they were burned? We got a whole forest of them.
I don't think it's undercutting it. I think it's just the writers, if they went that way, they just what they have to do to get the story to work. I mean, it's like in any superhero movie where the hero dies and then they come back and they mystically were saved, or they were on the brink of death but didn't die. I mean, it's a superhero. It's a comic book movie.
Okay, I think we need to wrap up with predictions. I don't want to do this, but on the recent scale of Marvel Phase 4, how is it going to fare from Spider-Man No Way Home to Thor Love and Thunder to Doctor Strange to Moon Knight to all TV? How is this going to be remembered? Where do you think it's going to rank in 4 so far in Phase 4?
Unpopular opinion: Moon Knight sucked, so Moon Knight's definitely at the bottom of the list. I would have to say for me, and this is just me personally. I think the hype. I think the first Black Panther movie definitely did more for me than I was expecting. So I've got expectations for this one now. I think it's going to be somewhere between. I enjoyed Spider-Man No Way Home, so that's probably going to be at the top of my list. Next would probably be Doctor Strange, Shang-Chi, various TV shows thrown in there. I think it's going to land somewhere up with Spider-Man, No Way Home, and Doctor Strange.
Are we ranking just the shows or the movies
Like
as well?
anything Phase 4. So from, I'm going to say Loki, Spider-Man No Way Home, WandaVision, Doctor Strange. Where do you think this is going to rank in all of them?
I may be biased with this, but I think I'm gonna put Wakanda Forever probably at the top 5 for me. Unlike Green Lantern, Moon Knight, I thought it was great. It's in the top 5 for me as well. And
But you think that's where it's going to rank for you when it comes out. So you're setting your expectations pretty damn high.
yes, I kind of as a fan, like I was telling some of my friends, I kind of wish I did not see that second trailer because it revealed so much. I wanted to experience it in the theater, but I'm still with all the stuff they've revealed. Pretty excited for the movie. Yeah.
So many spoilers.
And I think for me, it's going to land somewhere based off. I'm not too thrilled with what's going on with Phase 4 so far, but Spider-Man No Way Home is kind of hard to top for me. But this is going to be a close second, probably. I'm going to say Loki third, but then everything else is just. But I have high expectations for it as well.
Wakanda.
Okay, everybody, if there's anything you want us to talk about, please send us comments, send us your messages, send us your love, send us some subscribes, likes, whatever. But let us know what you want us to hear about. Talk about whatever. We'll drink. Give us some beer advice. We don't care. We'll try anything you want. Within reason.
Give him the X.
And we will
Give
not
him the
try
X,
anything that
Steve.
they want.
Good
Okay.
answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, again, guys, anything you want to know about? Message, comment, like, subscribe, or if you don't want to, that's fine. Thank you for watching. Anyway, we'll be back next time. Take it easy.